mean, listen, Rick, did you want to start that off, or do we save the? I mean, I think we start off hot because that's a topic of discussion. The Bills getting into the playoffs, as I said, the scenario is you win, you in. That's what it comes down to for the Bills. They lose, they have to bank on the Jags to lose as well,
Yeah.
who play the Titans. So, are you going to do your brother a favor and bow down and give him the W, or is that
I
fair to
can't.
say, or you guys listen? You guys have to win this game here so you can have
No.
the playoff advantage.
Yeah, this is a must win of must wins. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like without even being prisoner of the moment or whatever, like this is the biggest game in recent Dolphins history. And you could arguably say it's the biggest game in recent Bills history as well. Like this is the type of game that, the NFL gets in a prime time spot, to wrap up a season that really shifts and determines narrative for two different franchises, right? So the Dolphins need to win today because if you lose today, the mindset, people are gonna say, yeah, well, we're still going to the playoffs. All right, cool. So now losing today means you lose both to the Bills when you're supposed to be getting better. Last year you split and then played them tough with your third string quarterback in the playoffs. And the whole thing was, we're close to y'all, we're close to y'all, we're close to y'all. So if we come into the following season and lose both games, how close can we possibly be, right? Not only do you lose both games, now you lose the division as well, right? So you don't even get to win the division. So sure, you get to go to the playoffs, but now what does success look like for this season? You go on the road in the playoffs, you lose that game, you've regressed, right? It's kind of like at best, it's the same season from last year, but at least last year you beat the Bills at home. So you need to win this because winning this means, again, you win the division, you at least split with the Bills, and you can still say, hey, we're coming, we're here. Now we've taken the division from you, you know, and there's a potential that you kick them out of the playoffs too, which adds to that. So now for me, in my opinion, winning today makes the season a success. And now whatever you do in the playoffs is additional. Losing today, unless you go to the Super Bowl, it's almost a worse season than last year, And on the flip side, for the Bills, there's been murmurs about, do they need to make some changes? We've had the back and forth with Diggs, probably the last 2 seasons now. If you lose today in this situation, and depending on what happens with Jacksonville, and now you're out of the playoffs, it's a rough off season for the Bills, But again, on the flip side, you win, you shoot all the way up to number 2 in the East, and it's all flowers and daisies again. So I mean, this matchup is just it's beautiful, It's stressful as hell, but it's amazing to have this type of matchup as the very last game of your season. This bow on the top of the present is just thank you to the football gods. I'll stress all day, and we'll see what happens tonight.
Well, the sad news for you is it's only a stressful game for you, Rick, as a Dolphin fan, right? Like as a sports fan, we got to wait this shit out, right? All the way to
Yeah.
8 o'clock tonight. There's going to be a bunch of shitty games in the mix. But you touched on something about the optics, right? The Bills lose this game, Diggs is probably gone, right? The biggest team diva, right? They got to reevaluate the Gabe Davis situation, and then start reinvesting more in defense, which is their biggest asset. The Dolphins lose this game, then it's like, man, is this the right quarter? Because you guys moved the chips into the front of the table, right? Spending those ones to get Chubb, right? Doing what you did to get Ramsey, right? Like contracts are going to be due coming up pretty soon, right?
Mhm.
Waddle's going to got to get paid. Tua's got to get paid. What do you do with the backfield? Like, how do you pair H in with someone else? Because I think most would probably leave, but it's definitely a season of optics, and you'll probably won't have Chubb all of next year too. So you'll be looking at adding another edge, which, as you know, in today's sport is costly. So it's
Mhm.
gonna be. I'm curious to see it. I wish the Dolphins was 100%, but it's almost deja vu. Deja vu. I feel like 12 months ago, me, you, your bro, and Manny was watching this game live at the bar.
Yeah.
So here we are, baby. Shout out to the NFL with the flex schedules. Maybe the NBA should look into that call. so we actually see good games when it matters instead of watching the Warriors lose every time that's on prime time. I mean, I'm sick of the Warriors being on TV, but hey, what do I know?
Thanks for watching the Sports Hit List. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In fact, do it now.